All right. Okay. Okay, this should work. This should work. Put that right there. Okay. This should work. I'm live streaming on the phone that I am using. And as you see by the title, I am ChEDDerTarY. And for anybody that does not know, I'm here to introduce myself. Those that are new to the second channel that is being streamed on right here, which is the ChEDDerTarY 931. And those that know about the channel on what there used to be back in the past. I hope you guys can hear me pretty good. Hope you guys can hear me pretty good. Or you know, the things of within this channel. So I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna get to it. So for right now, I will be streaming upon this phone. Nothing more, no less, until whenever things get updated. As I said later on today, when I can find the software to figure out what I need to live stream on the desktop rather than through the phone. So I started this YouTube channel, I want to say maybe 2012 at the most, and it was called Jazzy 931. It was called Jazzy 931. At that time, I just had random stuff mainly uploaded. I had 2 other YouTube channels before this one, fooling around, not really knowing what I was doing. I'm surprised people found them because there are some views upon those channels that I just don't clearly remember making, so I stumbled onto them along with the videos. But this one right here, back in the day, was mainly known for a lot of the MG and Cheddar beef. Shit that was going on then, because I just didn't approve of a lot of things that he was doing, which we did talk about, and even tried to do some music on here as well. Like I said, I don't know how many really remember that. I know one does, you know, that they do remember. In terms of just kind of getting that out the way, because there's not really too much I really remember about the channel. I just knew it was mainly focused on a lot of drama shit, the monkey shit, which it was. You know, like I said, there's just things I just didn't approve of with, you know, what he was doing when he went by MG. And I'm just going to say it, you know, real talk. I'm going to say it. Then and even now, I still consider him a wannabe, a fronter, a poser. And, you know, right now, me and him, you know, we're cool. Not talking, but we're cool. And I would never go back doing business with him. I think he's a horrible business person. I really do. Just like, and because of that, it affects him as an artist. And now it just makes him like shit. So, it is what it is. I said what I said. Time to move on. In terms of my journey within myself, for the reintroduction of this channel under a new name, is again to talk, you know, as in live vlogging, political, what else? Life, music, hip hop, the monkey shit. As I said before in the previous video that is uploaded on here. And looking for support for the channel. And you guys can find other links in the banner on top of this channel to my other YouTube page, which is Jazzy Entertainment. If you're into music, I got a SoundCloud page, Instagram, my PayPal link, and my Google Plus. So those that may want to know about the music journey, before I actually do have a topic I want to talk about tonight, I do have a topic. Now, right now, I could be watching the Star Report. I do watch Star. I like Star. Shout out to Star. He's an OG in this game. But he may not be on long live tonight. He wants to watch a game. I'm not a sports fanatic. But I hope one day that I can just talk to him on his show, on his live stream, on his YouTube channel. Chop it up with him. Now, those that follow me within the music, because for this year, there will be music coming back into play. I decided to take 3 months off. It's actually been a little bit longer than 3 months, almost 4 months to be exact. I wanted to take some time off just to work. Had some personal other business to take care of. That as well. Trying to gain some money. Working underneath the table. Those that like I said, who want to been following me on music, you guys can do that. And I know some of you don't like, well, are you going to be dropping any more for this year? Yeah. And I'm here to give you guys a brief update. I can't give you guys I can give you guys a full update. So next month is June. June, for the first week release, will be American Devil. For physical copy releases, I do announce and advertise that stuff on my Instagram page, which is official _ ChEDDErTarY. That's ChEDDERTARY 931. Again, official _ ChEDDErTarY, ChEDDERTARY 931. I make my own little commercials for my music, post them through Instagram, link it to my Facebook, also through Snapchat. Now, after that, July 1st week, which will be SOC, Alternate Uncut, which is the original recordings of Straight Outta Columbia that I did back in late 2014 throughout early to mid 2015. Forgot about it, the early recordings, which will be a 2-disc set, which involves the original cuts, and the second disc will pick up prior to that, along with some unheard tracks. So be a lookout for that in July, physical copies. Then 2 months off and getting some stuff done for October releases, which October will be having, I don't want to say a release party, but it's going to be music-related music release. First week, Chiller, 3-disc set, new project. Psycho 3, which is a Halloween playlist. All this right now, what I'm naming, is going to be physical copies. Then Seatown's Keeper 7, album case release with new artwork. Dangerous mixtape album, which will be re-released as well in terms of new artwork, and Bad, the mixtape album, released on cassette format. November, there'll be nothing in November, because remember, around this time, we'll be done with 018. And it's flying by pretty fast. So for December, first week release will be Red Rain, 2-disc set, physical release. Then throughout the year of 2019 for 4 months, schooling. But again, I'll get into business, certain things late next month, discuss what's going on, updates, things that lead into August, and then plans for the future. I will be picking back up with music in July of 2019, because I'm looking forward to retiring in October of 2019 because it would have been not. It will be 9 years for me next year in August, okay, of 2019. So July 2019, first week, which will be Voodoo, new project, physical copies, by the way, and GUS, which stands for Ghetto United States. First week for August, which will be Pimp of the Dead. September of 2019, first week, which will be Jazzy. And then October 2019, first week, Psycho Trilogy. Psycho Trilogy. It really is. Now, today, there was some clowning, a little bit of some monkey shit going on as well. Hanging out with some friends of mine outside. And one of them seen somebody they don't like who was racist. And racism has always been a thing here in the South. Know your history. I know a lot of people say it's not up north. They didn't have slavery up north. Yeah, they did have slavery up north because the history books are wrong. And the history books are written by white people who are wrong, who want to just mislead you. And when you have a job, now this person is working, looking to step up and also into school, wanting to become a barber. Young, she's at the age of 21. But I can say this, boo-boo, if you're watching this or if you stumble onto this, you got to learn how to let that shit go. You know, racism's always been here before we were born. It's going to be here till the day we die. But that's something you have to let go. Understand you're young. Understand nobody really likes racism. But there are terms of things that we dealt with for a long time in terms of our people, you know, those of color. And I'm talking about from Indians, Africans, and even Chinese. The Chinese did come with the Africans. They really did come across seas. And so all three cultures were enslaved. We all end up becoming mixed breeds because we're all pretty much a little Asian in our own way. So if you ever find yourself you find yourself attracted to the Asian culture, it's because we do have some Asian in us, because we did have mixed races mixing in with each other. And we had to do it behind closed doors. We really did. Now, what I can say is this. Let it go. It's not really worth it. And you're going to find yourself one day later on learning the difference between racist people and then racist white people. Racist white people, they'll let you know straight up. But they're not for the shit. You know? They're not going to cause harm. Especially with real skinheads. I was locked up before. Again, we had blacks and whites, and within the whites were the skinheads, who were just decent, down-to-earth people. It wasn't because they were locked up that they followed the rules. No, there are no rules that apply in jail over on max. Just like in prison, anything goes. But you're gonna learn stereotypes between real types. The stereotypes that we see today in cars and trucks, carrying the rebel flag along with the American flag, stereotypes. They're the ones that are given bad names. But the actual ones are gonna let it be known. And I've seen stereotypes get into fights with the actual real skinhead racist people. Racist people are having these long hair. Skinheads are bald. They'll tell you the difference. They don't like the stereotypes. They don't. And I understand something we all go through. Even if you have a family, married and have children, you gotta let it go. It ain't worth it, because the stereotypes. Okay, let's be honest. The stereotypes that we see now every day. The stereotypes that we see now every day are the ones with long beards, want to pop shit, want to be fake MC motorcycles, want to carry around the rebel flag mixed with the American flag, want to be around in trucks, drink beer. Things like that are stereotypes of racist people who you would need to let go because they don't know any better. They don't know any better. Me, I have to let this. I let it go a long time ago because you're gonna have to learn. It's always gonna be there. I have to let the bullshit go. I'm almost 30 years old. I got 3 more years. I have a lot to lose coming up in the next several months and going into the future. So I have a lot to lose, a lot to gain, which equals to a lot to lose. And, something that's always going to be there. And I know here in the South, a lot of us take offense to the rebel flag. I'm going to give you some real history upon the rebel flag. And this is for everyone that's watching. The rebel flag was supposed to be the original design that represents the United States of America. Before we became a continent, before we became a country. But they had two people designing one flag. The flag that we all know today is the one we know. But the real fight in the Civil War was about what design is going to represent the country in the future. And there were no colors in terms of uniforms then. And not in the early stages, not in the early years of the Civil War. So you don't know who was on your side. You don't know who was your teammate, black or white or Asian or Indian. You didn't know. So you've been out there killing your own teammates. The 13 stars doesn't represent racist. The 13 stars on the rebel flag represent the 13 original states. Okay? The X stands for connection of those 13 original states that were connected and built by railroads. Okay? The blue represented water, which represented within the sky, because they traveled over great lakes, seas, oceans. The red represents bloodshed. Okay? If you go back, just like the history with the what is it? The Jamaican flag or the Jamaican colors. Red represents bloodshed. The gold represents life, and the green represents the land. Just like the Nazi symbol with the hammers. That wasn't created by Hitler. No, that symbol's been around before Hitler, before the earlier times of man, by the Egyptians, the ancient Africans of our time, the Indians, Asians. I say Egyptians. Yeah, I'm going to say Egyptians again. I don't remember. But that's been around. Again, that ended up becoming adopted. And because of things nowadays that we take offense to, they had different meaning back in the days. But when you put something in the hands of the wrong person, they're going to make it into a negative light. And because of that, over the years, certain things become a symbol of negativity. And if you really do your research, like really look into certain things, you'll be like, oh, that's what that really represents, what that stood. And that symbol stood for the circle of life. In every culture before Hitler was even born, before World War I, before the Civil War, before the Gold Rush. But, the two most powerful symbols involved with racism is the Nazi sign, which is the two hammers, and the SS. I don't know where the SS came from, but I know where the hammers came from. And the rebel flag. It's amazing in a way that two symbols on cloth has so much power. And knowing the fact that they were here before us, and those symbols are going to be here after us. Our original Pledge of Allegiance wasn't over a heart. It was actually this once upon a time. And again, it goes to showing, hey, certain things put in the wrong hands will end up becoming negative things, and for years down the line, and stayed that way 4 years down the line, till the day we die, until the day the earth or mankind is no longer around. Like I said, the conclusion of this, man, you gotta let the stereotypic white people nowadays who are stereotypic racists, you gotta let them go. They don't know no better. They're going to get theirs. They're going to get theirs. And they're going to get theirs by the real racist white people. Who's going to let it be known? Who says, like, yeah, you know, we're racist, but we're not going to go out and call names. We're going to let you know we don't mix. But these stereotypics that you guys see out today, we got problems with. Going back, I said this in a song and addressed this before. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter's movement is a hypocritical movement. They're not really, they're only invented, let's be real, believe it or not, the black community does not support that movement. Those that I've talked to don't support it, and who are people of color. There's those up on social media. You can find videos, doesn't matter, World Story, YouTube, doesn't matter. They're in the black communities within the U.S. This doesn't support the movement, that they really know, hey, it's a hypocritical movement. Because here's the thing, they're only there for, you know, if a white cop kills a black person. Well, why are they right now with some of these people that do need help, that really going through some shit? They're not there. You're not moving as a charity organization. You said we're over here to help our people regardless, or giving back. You guys ain't been giving back. You guys didn't care about the floods that happened. No, what was it? The water that was going on in Flint, just like now? No. And even got exposed until you guys were giving it to white people. Not what the movement's made for, in terms of giving it back to the colored community. No, you guys were giving it to the white people. Come to find out, it was the wealthy, rich white people. You guys are standing by Trump during the live speeches and stuff. Didn't give a fuck about Obama. But one thing that we do have to learn and understand here in life is this. Hear me out. And some people may get pissed, whatever. But this is the honest to God truth. Okay, you say our lives matter, right? They can't matter to us if we really don't care. Because if we care, we would. And here, this is the thing: you have the bad apples, good apples. When those come into a mix, to where somebody gets killed, we have a march. We have to bring the Black Lives Matters movement to this. We have to have a charity event to bring peace. But we're inviting the coon shit, the same bad apples to this, that say, hey, let's go ahead and cause more problems, because those are the people that really don't want peace, because they don't know no better. Yeah, we have our own stereotypic people within our black communities that like to ruin it for other folks. Because once we go to these peace riot treatings, these same people go and fuck that up. And then we have to have a march movement for that. And then it just continues and continues. So how can our lives matter to us if we really don't give a shit, because we're inviting it to it, and because of that, it is making it worse on us as black people, because we're inviting it to happen. If we just really just stop trying to really force it, chanting it, maybe things will dim down. You have to look at it from different aspects, from different point of views. And I had this conversation, really deep, in-depth conversation with this one person. It's just a total stranger, and he was black. And we just chopped it up for almost like 3 hours, just going really deep in depth about this, analyzing certain things, and saying, hey, we really don't give a shit about ourselves if we're really allowing this to happen. Inviting the bad apples with the good apples. Even now, we say, oh, well, we had a mental breakdown, mental illness. Do you guys really know what mental illness, mental breakdown, what mental illness really is? I literally go through meltdowns, breakdowns, mental illness, depression, bipolar depression, suicidal depression. There's times I used to be on pills, times I wanted to kill myself, wanted to suicide to myself. I never used to like the way I looked. Even a little bit now, I still kind of feel uncomfortable, but I'm starting to grow into my look. In terms of I'm looking pretty good. Losing weight, feeling better about myself. Going to seek help. Staying in the program. Making myself better. For me, that leads into other people around me getting better as well. And the main people that are now causing these problems is today's young people, because we're not teaching them anything as to know better, and we shouldn't have to. We should be there to mentor them, guide them, give them advice, but it's up to them to really learn themselves. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And I do believe now we should make them drink, in a sense. We should. But my conclusion is this. You got to let the shit go, because it's really not worth it in the end, because you gain nothing from it. Nothing from it. You really gain nothing from shit. You know, you really don't. I know this because I've been through a lot of shit. I ain't seen nothing be gained. But I do understand you got to go through the bad to get to the good. You know, and sometimes you may not see that pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, but you may see something better. You may not see the light at the end of that tunnel, but you'll see something brighter. Because everything happens for a reason, but it's up to you to determine that reason. Just like self-defense. You know, but when I was locked up several times for defending myself, and come to find out there was now a law passed, look it up, that you can no longer defend yourself because you'll be the one convicted and look as the criminal. And they will convict you. And I've seen this within the court system, within the law system, from both sides of color, white or black. I've seen it. And the law's out there. It really is. I know this for a fact. I've been in the system more than several times because of my record. I had to go through a lot of different probations and finding out about this over and over again. So if something happens, you have to sit there and take it and hope to God that you live. But this is where we get to it. Stupid situations is what caused this. And because now with me saying, hey, I have a lot to lose now coming up, but a lot to gain, that ends up causing that ends up making it to be a lot to lose. So I have to go with something within a different mind state of saying this. A business self-defense mind state. As in this. I got to look at it as a business term of defense to see if it's worth it or not. And self-defense into the set of saying, hey, if I feel like my life is really in danger, and it has to be within an important thing, within if I'm getting my house broken into, or if someone is trying to rob me on the streets, kidnapping, I have the right to take your life. If it's anything stupid and less and lower to where I'm above it, I'm going to let it be and keep moving on. Still doesn't mean I'm still not down to get mines for the get down. Because don't get it twisted. You can still catch an ass whipping or a fucking bullet. Real talk. But now it depends on what it has to be when I say business self-defense mind state. It really has to be. Or if you're dying and you're trying to fight to live. But even now, if someone breaks into your house and tries to rob you, hurt you, and you do something, they'll lock you up still. Which gives an open field to the person who's trying to hurt you in the first place to sue and press charges against you. And there's been cases like that. Do you know those little advertisement commercials you see on YouTube about most of these white people who they're showing trying to tell like a story, and you have to look up the full video on the story. One of the last ones I seen was about a white man. Some people approaching to his yard, private property. These were people trying to break into his house. He felt something was wrong. He seen 3 hooded men with weapons. He pulled out his gun, let it be known. Cops were called because they did try to hurt him first, try to break into his house. His animals were acting up. They even set off an alarm, but yet they locked up the person who was trying to defend himself, to fight for his, make sure nothing happened to him or his family. And those 3 hooded men, they ended up winning because they pressed charges. So yeah, it's going to be hard nowadays to really try to defend yourself in your own household. But like I said, to me, what that man did and situations I have been in, I'm going to tell you guys a story. In my last lockup, I wanted my freedom and my money so I could leave. But because of how my father is, who was abusive and only didn't want shit to do with me for 20-something years until I started bringing in money and started working, threatened to sue me, take me to court for my money, and stole from me. Stole over $250,000 from me since 2008 till now. Threatened to fucking kill me, pull his gun out on me within the house that I'm paying for, and say, hey, if you don't get out, I'm going to kill you if you don't give up your money to me, because he doesn't work. All right? So you know what I did? I defended myself. But I end up getting locked up. Again, I will go more into that story when the time comes at the end of June, and what leads to that and what leads into the future. With paperwork to show. Real talk. With paperwork to show. So you really have to be careful. Like, there's the shit you really have to let go and say, hey, it ain't worth it. So, there's that. I'm going to end this live stream. I don't want to go on too much longer, but I just wanted to get this off my chest and say, hey, let the stupid shit go. You have your mate, you do have a lot to lose. The main thing you have to really lot to lose is your life. If you lose that, think about the people around you, man. We're going to be affected. I also wanted to reintroduce myself on this channel. I am ChEDDErTarY, a.k.a. Jazzy, a.k.a. the C-Town's Keeper, a.k.a. the King of MCs, a.k.a. your friend for life until you stab me in the back. You don't want it. And I'm out.